Get ready for you infinite beings of light, for we are going to find something really amazing. Hi, I'm Dr. Lee Vickers, author of Bodies of Light and founder of Lightworkers International. And we're here today talking about happiness.
Happiness.
Happiness. So what is happy/ness?
I love the way you're separating that. So it's happy-ness. So ness is defined in the dictionary as a state of being. In other words, who you're being. So happiness, choosing the state of happy. Sadness, choosing the state of sad. And I love that it's a choice. It's a state of being.
Yes, it's a state of being. And I would further define happiness as the flow of light through you.
Ooh.
As an infinite being of light. What would you say about that?
Well, it definitely has to do with a lot of light. So, I mean, as we can see on a daily basis, there are a lot of people who are not really plugged into light, and you can tell they are not really as happy. They're more looking like a zombie-looking people. And the thing is, what makes people happy is the quantity of light that we hold on to, that we have, and that we flow into our best life all the time. And it's something that I do, and pretty much the rest of the people who do the Bodies of Light on a daily basis. We plug it into the light, and this light helps us to be happy. It's like happily ever now. That's what we say all the time. So the quantity of light in you allows you to be happy at all times.
Right, and so what we're getting here is that there's a big lie that says you can't be happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So have you ever heard anyone, yeah, you tell him, pass it over.
Yes.
See, he's waving over there. So what have you ever heard anyone say, oh, you can't be happy all the time?
As a matter of fact, yes. A lot of the people in our world get the impression that you have to suffer in order to be happy. And that is a misconception that a lot of the people make because they're stuck in lower levels of vibration. They're stuck in lower energies, and they don't have enough light within their energetic field, within themselves, in order to wash away the dark energy that is keeping them in those lower levels of sadness, of suffering, and that is why they cannot experience happiness. But the truth is that happiness is experienced when you open up to this light that is within you and all around you. And happiness is experienced when you plug into yourself and allow yourself to flow through you as much as you allow yourself to flow through you, as much as you're willing to allow yourself to flow through you. And this is going to allow you to experience happiness. And yourself is the light that is within you and all around you. And that's what we're doing here.
I love this little pass the mic thing.
Yeah, we're having fun here.
We're just waiting for the camera to catch up. More happiness. So I've heard twice about this light, bringing in this light to create more happy. What is that about, Dr. Lee?
Well, what I want to get you to understand here is that you at home, all of you, are infinite beings of light. And the only reason that you may not believe or feel that you are an infinite being of light yet is because your energy is just that low. And then you wonder why you're not happy enough. Now, if you just barely have enough energy to barely get up and talk in the morning, you might not feel very happy.
I know people like that.
And you know, of course, if you're at that level, you might say that being unhappy is normal. And all you people that think you can be happy all the time are just delusional. Now, what I have to say to that is this. The only reason you aren't happy enough is because your energy, which is you, used to be really high and it came really low. And that low energy is not enough to have much happiness flow through you. Now, the only reason that you think you're human, that you think that you can't be happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is because your energy went low. And quite honestly, it didn't go low like that. It went low over millennia. And even more than that. It wasn't even 10,000 years, 100,000 years, but millions of years of devolution of your energy as a light being, which kept getting lower and lower and lower and lower as you blocked your own happiness and your own flow of energy. So what we're talking about here is that Bodies of Light is a method that you can use as a limitless being of light to rehabilitate your individual happiness, and that your increased and higher vibration becomes contagious.
Yay!
And actually, just like us passing the mic around, actually starts spreading happiness around to others. Because as you raise your vibration, it raises other people's vibration. And that happiness becomes contagious in a good way.
True.
Right? And so that happiness could very likely get passed around.
Yes.
Just like this mic is.
Just like that. And what Dr. Lee means is your happiness is really contagious. So you really can, you know, like some people can really like laugh, and this laughter is just so contagious. just like that.
It's a vibration! Right?
And the thing is, it is really a vibration. The thing is, your laughter, your inner energy is really a contagious vibration that can help everyone around you. It can help your loved ones, it can help your family, it can help your parents, whoever it is around you all the time. And the thing is, you have to raise your vibration for that to happen. If your energy is so low all the time, you're not able to feel the difference between feeling great and not feeling good at all, and you feel like a zombie at all times, and you're just walking from like just barely waking up, you barely making it. Only thing you think like all day long is like, oh my God, when this thing is gonna be over so I can go back home and just relax on the sofa and watch TV or do something less. And this is how your day's passing by. So you need more energy for that.
Right, and what we're saying is this. And I know some of you might think I went off my rocker, and I did.
Yay!
But what did it? Was it my body? Was it the physical body that felt like being wild and crazy? No. Was it the ego? No. Quite simply, happiness happened when me as a being of light allowed that vibration to flow through. And where does it flow through? Through you. You.
Me.
You. Right? You.
Isn't that
You.
Woo! Isn't that delightful to know? It flows through you.
And it is a delight.
Yes, delight.
Delight is that you got to understand that this happiness is the path into the light. That the path into the light is a delight. The path into the light is full of
pleasure.
Everyone at home and everyone here say it. The path into the light.
The path into the light
is full.
Is full
of pleasure. Oh, now we're bumping up against some lies.
Oh, wait. So it's pleasurable to be happy.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So this happiness is pleasureful. Now, some people say that things that make you happy, and some of them might be a sin. Now, we're here to tell you this. That's a lie. Things that make you happy, things that make you laugh, things that make you silly, things that make you smile are divine, are the path into the light, are full of pleasure,
Yes.
and they're wonderful.
Yes.
Right? And I'm feeling some energy over here. I think he wants to say something about that path into pleasure. Right? Come on, tell us.
So yes. So the path into the light is full of pleasure. And I'm going to say something about that. You see, in the Bodies of Life system, there is a river. And there is a river of energy that we follow. And this river, you can test whether things can make you stronger or weaker.
Yes.
And when you feel the energy of things that make you stronger and you follow that path, that is the path into the light.
And it's a path into happiness.
And it's a path into happiness, and it's a path into pleasure. And when you follow that path, when you follow that river, you experience happiness higher and higher and higher and higher and higher.
And show me.
And this is how it is.
Yeah, he's going to show you right now, and you hear it also do it. You girls stand up over there.
All right.
Okay, so what we're doing, and you girls do it, and everyone at home do it, okay, is we want to show you what happiness is.
Yes.
And hold your arm out, and say, I'm happy. And see how strong, if you have someone there, you can do it. I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Now, say the other, I am sad. I am sad. I am sad, goes weak. Interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Try it again. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I am sad. See, it goes weak on I am sad.
So you see?
Now, who decided to be happy when you said I am happy?
You did.
You did, right?
I did.
I did. When you say I am sad, that's holding a different vibration. That's holding a different what ness is?
Ness, a state of
A state of being. So when you're holding, you are an infinite being of light that creates your own emotions. Emotion is a vibration. So a creative vibration would be, I am happy. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I am happy. Everyone
I am
say, I'm
happy.
happy.
I'm happy.
Louder, I'm happy.
I am 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 happy.
I'm happy.
I am happy.
Come on in here. I'm happy.
I am happy.
I am happy.
I am happy.
I am happy. I'm louder. I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.
I am happy.
Feel that vibration.
Woo.
Who created happiness?
I did.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
You did. Right? And now,
You did.
And you hold this.
Yes, sir.
And then do this.
Oh,
Do
I
your
like
hands
this part.
here
Ooh, I love that.
and say, I am happy.
I'm happy.
I am happy.
I'm happy.
I am happy.
I'm happy.
I'm
sad.
happy.
I am sad.
I'm
I am
sad.
sad.
I'm
I'm
sad. I'm
So
sad.
do you feel the stickiness on I am sad?
It's sticky. I am happy.
Now, I am happy is a path into what?
into pleasure.
It's a path
Pleasure.
into pleasure. It's a path into the light.
Yes.
I am sad is a path into what?
Suffering.
Darkness.
The darkness,
The darkness.
Yes.
suffering.
Yes.
And who creates the direction?
I do.
You did.
I did, in
You
my
do.
case.
We all do, right? So
You did.
you do. So understand that happiness comes from what?
You.
From you.
You.
Me. Or
Me.
you. Or you.
We do. Right? Now, could you ever blame anyone else for making you sad?
No.
Confess. You can confess.
So when,
You can try.
when someone else says, you do this to me, and you make that, that's a lie.
That's a
Yes.
Okay? That's very much a projection, usually, of their own dark core or their own ego in blaming you why they're unhappy.
I love when I hear someone say, "You make me so mad."
Right.
That's giving someone a lot of power, and actually, they can't make you mad, but also,
You could go into agreement.
Yes.
And you going into agreement that the other person is making you mad, where you actually made yourself mad or unhappy. Because you decided that they did that to you, so then you created it. But who ultimately created it?
Yourself.
You did.
you again.
You. You understand, in bodies of light, there is no shame, there is no blame.
Yes.
Okay? So we're going to rewind and look back at happiness,
Happiness.
right? Is a state of being happy,
Yes.
and that flow of happiness comes from who?
From you.
You.
Yay.
And what bodies of light does is this, is it opens up more flow of happiness to flow through you into everything you be, do, and have. And so on that note, we're going to go a little bit deeper, okay?
And we're all in our Bodies of Light t-shirts.
Yeah, we're all in our t-shirts, having fun here, being happy.
Bodies of Light.
Yes, and we're going to go into that flow right now.
I just want to say
Yes.
one thing. That, and this is quite obvious, it's a beautiful clue that we planted for ourselves, and that is that we are human beings, not human doings. And as we rush around doing, we often forget that we create our state of being. So I love that we planted the clue in us, human being. You get to choose who you're being.
At any given moment.
Exactly.
You're like an infinite, as a light being, an infinite creator of vibration.
That's
But guess-
exciting to me. I don't know.
But guess who gets to create it? Who decides what you're creating? You,
You again.
right? You.
You're winning a lot.
You know, bring
tonight.
that. If you want to squeeze in here while we do Bodies of Light, you can. We're going to do it right now. You want to grab that and sit on that thing or whatever? We're about to start Bodies of Light. wherever you create the space. Just where you can sit on a pillow, whatever you want. Okay, we're ready. So we're going to be doing the Goddess edition of Bodies of Light. And you're going to do it with us.
I'm going to sit here.
And everyone,
Share that big chair.
everyone at home,
Excellent.
Yeah.
everyone at home, say it with us and you hear.
Yes.
And the Goddess edition is a divine feminine energy. And of course, we look at the God and Goddess are actually the masculine and feminine of you as a being of light and as a energetic field. And so we do the God edition at times, but of course today would be a great day to do the Goddess edition. The Goddess energy is divinely happy, divinely creative, and in a divine balance for the masculine energy. We have a beautiful, beautiful goddess down here, which is a divine Buddha energy from China that's like, 700-800 years old. Really amazing energy. And so we're just going to all do this and say it now and say it with us.
Just
Yes?
before we start,
Yeah?
I just want Vitaly to say a few words in Russian or Ukrainian, your choice,
Mm-hmm.
about the Goddess edition. Just to bring
No,
us up
I'm
to
not going to
speed.
do that right now in Russian. That'll be a different video. So right now we're going to do the Goddess edition and repeat after me. I am the temple of Goddess.
I am the temple of Goddess.
The light of Goddess
The light of Goddess
dwells within me.
dwells within me.
Each of my 8 bodies
Each of my 8 bodies
contains zillions of intelligences
contains zillions of intelligences
here and now,
here and now,
directly connected
directly connected
to the light of
to
Goddess.
the light of Goddess.
I direct every aspect
I direct every aspect
of my 8 bodies
of my 8 bodies
to turn upwards
turn upwards
to the eternal light of
to
Goddess.
the eternal light of Goddess.
All of my 8 chakras
All of my 8 chakras
and bodies of being
and bodies of being
are now fully open
are now fully open
to the light of
to
Goddess.
the light of Goddess.
I am at one with Goddess.
I am one with Goddess.
My spirit is awake
My spirit is awake
and fully open to Goddess.
and fully open to Goddess.
My spirit receives
My spirit receives
all divine communication
all divine communication
from Goddess.
from Goddess.
Goddess's pure light
Goddess's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my etheric body.
of my etheric body.
I thank you, Goddess,
I thank you, Goddess,
for your bells of levitating power,
for your bells of levitating power,
raising me upwards toward the heavens,
raising me upwards towards the heavens,
and the infinitely powerful
and the infinitely powerful
blue shield
blue shield
of electromagnetic insulation,
of electromagnetic insulation,
which allows only the light of Goddess within.
which allows only the light of Goddess within.
My etheric body
My etheric body
expresses perfect and appropriate
expresses perfect and appropriate
feelings and emotions.
feelings and emotions.
Goddess's pure light
Goddess's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my astral body.
of my astral body.
Be awake and alert,
Be awake and alert,
my astral body.
my astral body.
I thank you, Goddess,
I thank you, Goddess,
for easy and relaxed
for easy and relaxed
astral travel,
astral travel,
perfect control,
perfect control,
and spiritual peace.
and spiritual peace.
Goddess's pure light
Goddess's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my mental body.
of my mental body.
I thank you, Goddess,
I thank you, Goddess,
for accurate memory,
for accurate memory,
appropriate intelligence,
appropriate intelligence,
proper revelation,
proper revelations,
and divine timing
and divine timing
of righteous decisions.
of righteous decisions.
Goddess's pure light
Goddess's pure light
shines upon every aspect
shines upon every aspect
of my physical body.
physical body.
Yay!
This light shines
This light shines
from above down
from above down
and inside out,
and inside out
through every cell,
through every cell,
traveling from my brain,
traveling from my brain
through my forehead and throat,
through my forehead and throat,
permeating all cells of my heart,
permeating all cells of my heart,
following every part
following every part
of my digestive system,
of my digestive system,
including my stomach, liver and intestines, flowing from my cranium, through my spine, to the sacral base, creating divine stability, through my arms and hands, legs and feet. I direct the light to charge my entire nervous system and shine through every blood cell, creating perfect homeostasis. All cells composing my physical body through Goddess inside are in a perfect and divine balance. I thank you, Goddess, for keeping me at all times in perfect health. Goddess's pure light shines upon every part of every atom within me. Goddess's pure light shines upon the outermost band of all atoms within me, vitalizing and energizing the band to perfect spin and balance. Thank you for healing all inherited factors and also for the many genetic blessings of my ancestors. Thank you for healing all past life karmic patterns. Goddess's pure light shines upon the innermost band of all atoms within me, vitalizing and energizing the band to perfect spin and balance. Thank you for healing all traumatic occlusions over my entire existence. Goddess's pure intelligence exists within every core of every atom within me. It is that intelligence which is the nothingness that creates the somethingness of my existence. Thank you for creating the somethingness from the nothingness. May the light of Goddess enter and stimulate every outer band, middle rings, inner band, and core within me. May the light of Goddess enter every core of every atom within, igniting them in succession, transforming each atom into an atomic sun, together forming the universal light of Goddess within me. Thank you for shining Goddess's pure light into all 8 of my bodies, igniting them in succession, and connecting me fully and wholly to the divine light of creation, of this and every other universe. Great. Now breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue through your mouth. The breath is the pump, tongue on the roof like this. Breathe in. In through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue through your mouth. Keep that tongue on the roof. Now we're going to do zillion, a limitless number. I direct the light of Goddess. 1 zillion. times 1 zillion
times 1 zillion
into every core
to every core
of every atom
of every atom
within me.
within me.
Breathe.
In through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue on the roof of your mouth.
The breath is the pump. A septillion is a 1 with 24 zeros. Go. I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
1 septillion
1 septillion
times 1 septillion
times 1 septillion
into every core
to every core
of every atom
of every atom
within me.
within me.
Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, tongue in through your mouth. The breath is the pump. This is flowing happiness through you and everything you be, do, and have. Let it flow.
This light flows from above down and inside out,
Yes.
and you become a sun.
Now, the next one is Google. That's a 1 with 100 zeros. I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
1 Google
1 Google
times 1 Google
times 1 Google
into every core
into every core
of every atom
of every atom
within me.
within me.
Breathe. Tongue through your mouth. Let it flow. You feeling it flowing? That's you flowing through. That's your happiness there, right
This
there.
light within you is like a sun. It's like a creative sun.
It's amazing. And we're going. Googleplex. It's a 1 with a Google number of zeros. That's numbers of zeros as grains of sand on earth. And around that, I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
1 Googleplex
1 Googleplex
times 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 1 Googleplex
into every core
into every core
of every atom
of every atom
within me.
within me.
Breathe. The breath is the pump. Igniting each atom in succession.
Igniting each atom in succession,
Transforming each atom
transforming each atom
into an atomic sun.
into an atomic sun,
Together forming
together forming
the universal light of
the
Goddess
universal light of Goddess
within me.
within me.
Breathe.
Imagine your body becoming a light as a sun.
Imagine yourself igniting.
Your body full of light. From
Head
your
to toe.
feet, your hands, your chest, your head, every atom becoming full of light.
And you're really the one who's doing that. There's really nobody else. You kind of like, if you can, it's something like sparks inside of your head somewhere saying like, well, it's something different that it told me before. It means that you are responsible for your own thing, nobody else. You don't have to wait for nobody else to come over and help you out.
No blame, no shame.
No blame. It's you and you and you and you. So
You and you and you.
you yourself. So if you're not feeling great all the time, it means you're not feeling great all the time. So why don't you just feel great all the time?
And you can open up more of you flowing through you and everything you be, do, and have. So we just did igniting already, right?
We did. So
Okay, so now we're going to put it into a lot of things. So let's put it into our heart. Those of you that know the heart point, if you have a heart weakness, when you do bodies of light, that heart point on the left thumb will get better.
left thumb, like a chicken drumstick, and girls in the back.
And so, so you
Squeeze
just
right
check
here with a
that.
pad.
And so I say, I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
1 Googleplex
1 Googleplex
times 1 Googleplex
times 1 Googleplex
times 1 Googleplex
times 1 Googleplex
into my heart.
into my heart.
Breathe. That chi, that energy. Yes.
And another thing, as you're doing the breath work, as you're doing directly towards your heart or anything else that you're doing, you're going to learn the rest of the system through the other videos or currently right now. Just check your finger right now. Check if it was painful before and is it painful now. What percent is better?
And you need to
How
go to
much
the
better?
initial video to understand
Yes,
the hand points.
Yeah.
But for those of you who already know the hand points and you're getting better. So now the next one will be stomach. That's the middle of the left hand. But I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
One Googleplex.
One Googleplex.
Times one Googleplex.
Times one Googleplex.
Into my stomach.
Into my stomach.
Breathe.
You can feel the energy going into your stomach.
Yeah, you can feel the chi. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can feel
And,
that.
and I want to say, you see, you're not this body. You are a light being. You're a limitless light being that is having this experience, that is being human in a body. But you see, your body also needs to be happy. So when you keep your body healthy, feeling well, that increases your happiness.
And now, and since we did heart and stomach, let's just be honest here and talk about one of the things on this planet that probably lowers people's happiness more than just about anything. And it's something a lot of people use. And the reason being is because it stops the flow, the breath and the flow of chi into your body. And of course, what would clog up your breath or your lungs a lot? What thing do you think might do that and make people
Smoking.
less
Smoking.
Because all that tar, all that, if you were in a charcoal or if you were a coal miner, all that tar gets stuck. And if you can't fully breathe and can't fully flow the chi into your body, you can't be fully happy.
Yeah.
It's a temporary fix at most, and it's a dwindling spiral of suffering and negativity, because when the body gets more and more clogged up and less able to breathe and to flow energy and happiness into them, then it truly is a path into the darkness.
Yes.
So I want to say something on the positive to those who are doing the nicotine vapors that don't have all the clogging coal in it and all the clogging other chemicals. The nicotine vapor is not necessarily lower vibration. So a lot of people who are switching to the nicotine vapor find themselves easier to breathe. And I know that the cigarette companies have come out and they're trying to do a lot of research saying the vapor is just as bad, just because they don't want people to stop smoking. But the vapor, honestly, if you do the energetic testing on it, many of them can be above a 10, and it's a good transition. You can also do the patches, and it's a good transition to stop clogging your breath mechanism.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, if you think that you're a light worker and you think you're on the path into light and you're doing a lot of smoking, think again.
Yeah.
Because the body just cannot. If you think you're being enlightened and you can't breathe, you got to understand, the breath is the pump, right?
Yes.
Tell them what's the pump?
The breath.
The breath.
Yes.
Okay? So if you can't breathe, so listen to that breath. Again. See, that's a full breath. If you're trying to breathe and you're like, not a full breath.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to understand, the breath is the pump. And anything that clogs, and even a lot of pollutants in the big cities, a lot of smog and a lot of things. I have to say Tesla and the idea of doing the electric cars and Elon Musk and the things that are coming through in this enlightened age right now on the idea of reducing particulate matter in our big cities. I see a time when all vehicles in the big cities will be regulated, like all taxis will have to be electric. And or hydrogen based, where they have the water vapor, which does not put particulate matter into the air. Because a lot of this particulate matter does lower the vibration of our big cities and lowers the vibration of its inhabitants, and very much lowers the capacity for happiness and the capacity for productivity. And so our big cities, our big city centers, I know there's places around the world like China where they're not really regulating the air that much, and that, it just lowers the capacity for breath.
And so why are we saying this? We're saying all of this because we love you and we want you to have your best life 24/7. And we want that your best life is full of happiness. Because when you're happy, you send out a vibration, which is the same when you're sad. You're sending out a vibration. But happy is a higher vibration, and you can raise more people to a higher vibration just by being happy all by yourself and walking around with a smile on your face. So try that. And you've already seen it probably, that when you walk around with a smile on your face, people respond with a smile. You're actually raising the vibration of planet Earth just by putting a smile on your face.
Right, and then you look at things like Pharrell with Happy, the song Happy.
The song, yes.
Because I'm happy, happy, and he really went into that, like, he's touching upon the basics of life, the basics of raising our vibration.
Yeah, that's why the song became
so
such
popular.
a hit.
Yeah, it
right?
became a hit. And you got to understand that happily ever after is a lie. That happily ever now is the only thing, the energy flows in the now moment, and the only thing you can ever do is be happily ever now. Right?
Yes.
And everyone say this right now. Go, I am happily ever now. How's that feel?
I am happily ever now.
Feels great.
Say it again. I am happily ever now.
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 Yeah, the breath.
Now,
And we,
I just want to say that
yes.
before I met you, as a little girl, I remember my mother reading me the bedtime stories, which would be, and then they lived happily ever after. And I would say to her, after what? And she would say, well, that's the end of the book. And I would say, but then they're not happy now because they're waiting for after. After what are they going to be happy? And she would just close the book and say, it's time to go to sleep. And then I met Dr. Lee Vickers, who said, happily ever now. And suddenly everything made sense to me. There is no happily ever after. Why are you waiting for happy? Let's have it now.
Right, and let's go into a little more right now. I want to go into. I think let's finish up the part of pancreas. Okay, I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
When Googleplex.
When Googleplex.
Times on Googleplex.
Times on Googleplex.
Times on Googleplex.
Times on Googleplex.
Into my pancreas.
Into my pancreas.
Breathe. Now we're going to do liver. I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
When Googleplex.
When Googleplex.
Times on Googleplex.
Times on Googleplex.
Into my liver.
Into my liver.
Breathe.
There's only one thing with the bodies of light and directing your energy towards healing yourself. It means towards your heart, your stomach, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, intestinal, whatever that is, your blood, your skin, your hair. You'll find yourself like you feel like you need to go ahead and spit, like there's a film coming out, like the same. It's a natural way of your body of cleansing itself. So don't be shy. I know here in the West we have different ways of putting out to the manners, like in the social groups, let's say being outside in a restaurant, and it's not really polite to cough or like you have to spit. You can do it, but do it quietly. You can do it politely in the same way, but don't hold it back, don't swallow it back, because it's your natural way of cleansing yourself. So if something comes out, it means there is a toxin that wants to leave your body. If you're directing your energy towards holding your liver, cleansing your liver's trying to give away those toxins away. So if it comes out, don't swallow it back. Don't give it back to your liver and be painful again. Just let it out. You can do it quietly. If you're alone, you just go ahead and let it out.
And especially for those people in the big cities with a lot of smog and or smokers, when you do a lot of bodies of light, you're going to start coughing out a lot of phlegm, a lot of toxins. And that actually brings up the story of the coal miners. And you ever hear the canary in the coal mine?
Yes.
They would take coal miners and they would take a canary in with them in the coal miners. And when the air got so bad, the canary would die before the coal miners would die.
That's a little mean.
Yeah.
Well,
But what you have to understand, it's the canary in the coal mine is also a metaphor for
yes.
for the state of health, whether it be a coal mine or the planet.
Yes.
That as things become untenable for life, you have certain parts of the society that are weaker die off. But to back up on that, so the breath. Now you had these coal miners, and you had two groups of these coal miners. One group was always seemed sick. They were always coughing, coughing and spitting and hacking and coughing and phlegming and coughing and spitting and coughing, coughing and spitting, spitting up and coughing and throwing up and coughing and spitting and coughing.
I love your stories.
Yes. And then you had the other group, and they seemed so healthy, they never really spit. And they took a lot of cough suppressants and a lot of drugs and painkillers and things to suppress the natural reaction. The natural reaction, of course, was to cough and spit up the toxin. But of course, they covered up the symptoms well. And the chemicals and the drugs and the cough suppressants worked. And those coal miners seemed much healthier. And they didn't cough, and they didn't really spit all that much. But they did take these cough suppressants and these chemicals to stop the reaction every day of their life in the coal mine. Of course, they followed these coal miners, and they looked at them, 20 years later, and they found out that the ones that seemed so healthy were all dead.
Wow.
And had died of cancer and various lung diseases. But luckily enough, the ones that seemed so unhealthy, the ones that were coughing so much and spitting and hacking and spitting and throwing up and coughing and hacking and spitting and coughing, we're all healthy.
That's
and we're alive.
Amazing. Because you allow the body to heal itself. I've even learned how to spit, don't tell my mother. The beautiful thing about it is that when I allow it to come out, I know that my body's natural cleansing ability is happening. And why would I stop that?
Right.
Like in the West, we kind of became unaware of this kind of way of cleansing. And the same way of cleansing, it's like you going to the restaurant. Basically the same, your body just letting go of the toxin, something that's already been used, and not going to be utilized in your body as an energy source anymore. And this is part of a medicine that's widely spread and used in China. And for those
coughing out
toxins.
toxins.
And for those of us who go to China, like Westerners, and go there, and we look
at all these people spitting.
Yeah, it's look a little horrible, but this is a part of ancient, old
healing methods.
You
ever hear of a spittoon? We very rarely have those anymore. Spittoons, right? And so they used to have spittoons. But we want you to understand that even on a physical level for your happiness, it's very important. You're going to do bodies of light. It's going to open up flows of energy, to let that open up, to breathe, and to allow that energy to flow. Let's also flow it into our best life and say, I direct the light of Goddess.
I direct the light of Goddess.
One Googleplex.
One Googleplex.
Times 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 one Googleplex.
Into my best life. Breathe. The breath is the pump. Breathe. 9 breath. Keep breathing. Breathe. Pump it through. Wow. And that's happiness. Happiness is flow.
My
Happiness.
best life.
Yeah, my best life.
My best life. Oh, and I just want to say that to my girls, that you can also use this to direct the healing energy into the parts that we have that perhaps the male body doesn't have. So choose those parts. Send lots of healing energy into your breasts and cherish yourself. And the same with men. Send lots of healing energy down into the part that we all love.
Your testicles.
And share healthiness with everyone.
Yeah. Oh, also, I want to say this. You can also put it into your face. You could have like a bioenergetic facelift, right? And so people will notice it. You do bodies of light and put it into my face and do it enough. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, you look like, did you, what doctor did you do something? What did you have tucked? So you definitely do it let's try doing it into my face. Here we go.
Yes.
I direct the light of goddess.
I direct the light of goddess.
One Googleplex.
One Googleplex.
Times 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 one Googleplex.
Into my face.
Into my face.
Breathe. That just makes me feel like smiling.
Yeah.
You can feel the tingliness in your
Feel tingly,
face.
yes.
Tingly.
And let's put it into our happiness, into my happiness. You ready? I direct the light of goddess.
I direct the light of goddess.
One Googleplex.
One Googleplex.
Times 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 one Googleplex.
Into my happiness.
Into my happiness.
Breathe. So we're going to move over there, and I'm going to have you go over there also. And we want to get Yankee and Russell talking about happiness as well. We're going to go a little deeper into this and pass this over. And so come on over here. You can hold this between you two and start talking about happiness.
So, one of the greatest gifts that you can ever give anyone is your happiness, is your good mood. What do you have to say about that, Russell?
Absolutely. I was going to say happiness is a fresh haircut, but that's one of the things that does it for me.
Whatever makes you happy.
Exactly, and that's such a great point. Is there are so many things, and like we talked about earlier today, is that the happiness comes from within you. The happiness is really a decision. Nothing has to happen outside of yourself. Nothing has to happen in the outside world for you to decide to be happy. It's that simple. Earlier today we did the muscle test, and all we have to do is decide and say I am happy, and we test strong, and that's all it is. That's really, it's that simple.
I am happy.
Exactly.
I am happy. And I want to say, you are creating this happiness from the core of who you are. And you're creating this happiness from nowhere to here, through you, into everything you do, be, and have. So all that it requires is your willingness to allow more of you to flow through you. To allow more of your uninterrupted self flowing through you to experience happiness.
Well, and that's so powerful, and that goes right back to one of the main tenets that we've been talking about, which is following your guidance and knowing that you're on the right path. And I think so much of the stress and anxiety in today's world comes from the fact that we don't know if we're making the right decision. We don't know if we made a mistake. We don't know if we should feel guilty about something we did a long time ago. And when we tap into our divine guidance, the true essence of who we are, we can know for sure that we're doing the right thing. We can actually measure if we're on the right path or not. And that's some of the things that we showed a little bit in the video tonight, but there's so much more than that. But when you know the essence of who you are and you're tapped into your true self, and you know that you're on the right path, and you know that you're making the decisions that are in your best and highest good for your best life, then there is no stress. It's just complete happiness from that point on. It's amazing how simple it is when you're able to tap into that knowledge, when you're able to tap into your true self. And it really comes from not looking outside of yourself for things that make you happy, but knowing from within what makes you happy and just following that. It's really that simple. And that, I think, is the entire purpose of like what the message that we want to get across to you tonight in this video. And a major tenet in the entire program of Bodies of Light is tapping into your true essence of who you are as a spiritual being, as a light being, as a being that is comes from a source of energy that is so vast. But as vast as the energy is, it creates you as the knowledge that you can tap into as well. And when you begin to follow this program, you learn how to tap into a knowledge and an energy system and an information system that is so abundant, it's unbelievable what's out there. And all you've got to do, it's out there for everybody. It's out there just for the tapping into it and just allowing yourself to be guided by it. And the beingness, the happiness that you can experience just by tapping into that knowledge and that experience and then following the guidance about what you want to do. And to me, that's what's so valuable, and that's where the happiness really comes from.
Yes. And I want to say that from within yourself, you are plugging into this limitless flow of happiness. And this limitless flow of happiness, you are able to unblock your capability and ability to experience this. And the way that you know that you are going the right direction, the way that you know that you see in the system of bodies of light, you know that you're going the right direction because you're feeling good. And when you are not feeling good, what you do is that you plug more into yourself and allow more of yourself to flow through you so that you feel good. And the one that makes this choice is you. And you can make this choice doing anything you like. But I Yankio Montpellier, command you to do Bodies of Light. And if you are just getting started, I challenge you to do 30 days of Bodies of Light every single day, 3 times a day at least. And not see that your entire life will change to be this amazing experience of joy, happiness, health, wealth, relationships, connections. Everything will evolve because this light that you're plugging in within yourself when you do Bodies of Light evolves you into higher and better form, evolves everything around you into higher and better form. And it feels great. And you know that you're going the right path. You know you're going the right direction because you're feeling good. And like I said, when you feel that you're not feeling good, then you choose to feel good. And the way that you do that is by opening to more of you, to allowing, being willing to open up, to allow more of you to flow through you into everything you do, be, and have.
Absolutely. What is it that you say? It feels good to feel good?
Yes, it feels good to feel good.
So true. So true. It's that simple, guys. Do the work. You'll take the challenge, the 30-day challenge. Do the Bodies of Light program 3 times a day at least. If you feel divided to or pulled to do more than that, do more than that. But 30 days, this stuff will change your life. It's unbelievable what happens, and it's just like plugging into this infinite source of almost like electricity that just lights you up like you wouldn't believe and just allows amazing things to happen. And what ends up happening is it's like this snowball effect. As you begin to do this work, things get easier. You recognize that the suffering and all this other stuff is a lie. As your life gets easier, it becomes more fun to do it. The more fun it becomes, the more you want to do it. The more you do it and want to do it, the easier things get. And it's like this big, huge snowball effect that the more you do it and the longer you do it, the more you commit to it, the easier it gets, which is not the way it is with most things. Most things you're taught to the harder you work, then you'll get the result later on. Well, that's not the way it works. The harder it is usually because you're not doing it the right way to start with. And that is so important. It's such a huge distinction. And that's what this is all about.
Yes. And we're not asking you to believe in anything out there or to believe in myself or to something else is going to be your savior, any of that. We are asking you, we're telling you, we're showing you how to plug into yourself, how to believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and do what feels right to you. And, you know, experiment. Be open enough to experiment and to try something new and see if it works for you. Bodies of Light is just one of these techniques that I know it's going to be one of the greatest leaps for mankind, and it's going to change everything in this planet. And I released my dark core from thousands of lifetimes and millions of years by doing this technique, and I couldn't tell you how amazing it feels. I mean, I wouldn't trade any amount of money for anything. I wouldn't trade anything for what I got because it's so invaluable. This experience of high energy, I'm high on light all of the time, and it feels great. And
you're happy.
Yes, this experience of not being happy, it can't happen when you are.
Vibration.
It can't happen when you are in high vibration. When you bring your vibration up, when you are in the light.
You can't be sad in a high
You can't be sad.
Right, you can't, and that's the whole thing. You cannot be sad when you're like vibrating.
Yes.
You feel good. Yes. It's like, I feel so good. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. It's like, you know, it's just kind of like you're at a concert. And you're all this, and it's like, oh my God. You know, you're like, I'm so happy. You know, right?
We're literally vibrating. Sometimes we go to dinner. We go to dinner in a group, and I observe. I'm very good at observing, and I observe everybody in our table, and we're all like literally moving. We're like this, like everybody's
we're all
this.
like vibrating, and
like,
you see,
you know, the restaurant has a little bit of music, whatever it is.
And
we're just
see other
enjoying
people
ourselves.
like,
and you see everybody speaking with each other in the other tables in the restaurant, even if there's music playing, and they're just like, and we're just like,
hey, but you know what's so
we're
cool?
Loud, and it's just us experiencing this like freedom.
Yeah, but here's what's really cool. Those people who are on the path into the light are gravitated towards us.
Yes.
So when you raise your vibration and you're on the path into the light, other people who are on the path into light will be like, hi. They just love it, and they come over and they're like, oh my gosh, we want to meet you.
That's how Mr. Vitali showed up.
That's how we met Vitali. And
yes.
it's like, and so it's wild, right? And so this is a good thing. So we're going to keep going. We're getting wilder here. So we're talking about vibration, and we're talking about, and if you want to come over too, you can still be in the frame with everybody. But see, it's all about having a good time. You understand? So if you're not having a good time, you're not on the path into the light.
Yes, and I remember someone saying, are you this happy all the time?
Yes!
And I just thought, why
Yes!
wouldn't I be? Thought I didn't understand the question, I guess. Of course you want to be happy all the time. And all those people that are telling you you can't be happy all the time.
Oh, you can't be happy all the time. What?
Send them to us.
Tell them to do Bodies of Light.
Right.
Yeah.
That 30-day challenge. It's free. Just go to the website.
Yeah, go to bodiesoflight.net.
And
Right.
who doesn't have 13 minutes a day? Like you have 13 minutes to allow yourself to be happy.
Yes, don't you have
Exactly.
13 minutes to let more happiness in your life?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
It's easy. It's
Yes.
effortless. Just allow yourself.
Yes.
You're beautiful. Allow yourself. Give this gift to yourself.
Just say yes to your
That's
happiness.
beautiful. Give this gift to yourself.
The gift of happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the happiness, just so you know, comes from nowhere but from you, through you, and flows into everything you be, do, and have. You're a limitless being of light. Happiness is one of your inherent abilities.
Yes.
And the thing that...
I just want to...
Yes.
Inherent ability just means you were born with this. If you choose, as you did, to come back in a human body, a human casing, I call it, it comes with happy 24/7.
But you are it. You're the happy.
Exactly.
Right.
And you are the one being.
Yes.
You're the one being what you choose to be.
Right.
And it's
of
contagious.
being.
And
Yes.
it's contagious. And the whole thing is, I'm going to bring up a little ego, just for those who are really keeping for the more advanced stuff, is that if you've noticed that like you're really happy, and then all of a sudden the teacher says, "Oh, you need to go up and talk in front of a crowd." Whoop. You know, that's like when your asshole goes, "Whoop, what? What do you mean I got to do this?" Now, what? Oh, what do you mean I got to talk? You know, like, it's like, right? Oh. It's so, you know, but what is that? What just got nervous? What just started being uncomfortable when you got thrown into an uncomfortable situation? I'm gonna tell you right now, you're a limitless being of light. And there's patterns that are within this genetic entity, within this body, that sometimes you get feelings and things that may not make you happy, but sometimes they have nothing to do with you. It's the body. And so in Bodies of Light, you have the ego, which is classified separately than the dark core. Now, when you do Bodies of Light and you're bringing the light, it naturally washes away the dark core and naturally helps to disconnect the ego. But even on another level of disconnecting the ego, and you can check the Ergo My Ego and things with the ego when it comes to the videos. But really quickly,
Ergo My Ego chapters in the book.
Yep, it's in the book of Bodies of Light.
You definitely
And
want
so
to
you definitely want to get the book
this book.
and the audios. And so in Bodies of Light, the ego is completely classified differently than the dark core. The ego is the stimulus response mechanism of the physical body, which is not you. And so let's say you have a loud noise or something upsets you. Oh my God, you got to go in front of a group of people. That heart like going bump, 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 bump. All that stuff is not you. That fight or flight mechanism is not you. That fight or flight mechanism is a stimulus response mechanism in the physical body. And here's how you disconnect it. You ready? Everyone put the hand behind their head. And if you know how to test, you put your hand behind the head and test it. Negative 0, 1. If it's below a 10, you need to do this. So you do the head and go, I love you, I love you, I love you.
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
I love you, I love you. Rub the back of your head. So you're
I
settling
love you.
down that stimulus
you.
response
I
part
love you.
of the creature that you're inhabiting, which is not you. Okay? I love you. Everything's fine. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you.
This part behind
So-
your head, this part of your brain is your
It's connected to your ego.
yes, it's your survival mechanism, is your stimulus response mechanism,
Which was
a reptile
good.
mequism
Yeah.
that allowed you to survive, to be here right now.
Yeah, which was good, the fight or flight. So, you know, when someone tried to eat the body, you ran or you fought back.
Yeah.
But the thing is that in this civilization, we don't need as much of the fighting or the eating other creatures.
True.
So we can like just settle it down, know that you don't have to
Tell
eat
your
it.
ego.
You don't got to eat anyone today or run away. And you can stand in front of that group and be happy and just see, the more the ego gets activated, the more it disconnects higher consciousness flowing through you.
Yes.
And so the key is to really, and a lot of Buddhists and historically would train their ego and be at peace to where no matter what happened, they would be cool with it. They would be ego training. And we'll have some videos and some workshops more on ego training in the future. But the key is to allow to be relaxed and happy and allow higher consciousness. Allow the essence that is you as a light being to flow through and be happy.
Yes.
And that essence is you. Your essence is light and love. And as you do Bodies of Light, things that you think are dark, things that may make you unhappy, these things that you don't like about yourself, which are very much like lumps of coal, as you do Bodies of Light and flow light and love through it, through these darknesses, these lumps of coal, they literally become diamonds, right? And so you're a diamond in the rough no matter what. And so you're a limitless being of light. And how do you feel about all that? Like, what's your
I'm just kind of
summation
thinking
of
like
this?
for maybe like a little example of you being activated or not being activated, just showing your higher awareness and you being a enlightened being. Let's say you stand in the traffic and there is
Oh, traffic is a good one to practice. That's a great ego lesson. Love traffic. Remember we say love everything. Love, it's going barely moving, put some music on and just party
Enjoy
down.
it, yeah. Like we do.
Happily ever now. You know, you got to love wherever you are. You know, when we say happily ever now, we're talking about happily ever now in traffic.
Happily ever now.
Right? You go to a standstill and you're an hour late. You understand, these are capabilities that you can have as a light being.
Yeah.
You have.
To be happy at any given moment, right?
Exactly, you have these.
Right. And so you understand happiness when we're saying it, when we say happily ever now, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're not joking. And of course that also leads into, we talked about smoking is a big thing that lowers people's vibration, and that it's very hard if you're a smoker to be on the path into light because that toxin is pulling you down so much.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
Now-
mention drugs, like heavy drugs. Like
The whole thing is a lot of these heavy drugs. If you feel happy for like a little while, for like 3 hours, and then you're sick for 5 days, where did the happiness come from for the 3 hours? Very, very simple. Where did it come from?
The simplicity of that is like when you're using a heavy drug like that, which is
What was the 3 hours? Why were they happy for 3 hours? That's a
because
question.
your body basically was dying off and it was becoming like disconnected from your soul. So you basically kind of like your soul was kind of disconnected from your body, feeling this tingly light all around you, but it has to come back later.
Right. So the happiness you were feeling on the heavy drug was you leaving the body as the body was dying. So where did the happiness come from?
You.
You. You understand, it wasn't from the drug. That 3 hours of happiness was not from the drug. And we tell you that you have never, ever, taken a drug that will get you as high and as happy as the light will.
Yes.
The light.
As you will.
I can see some trippers going, oh, where do I get that? Yes, it is that high. It is, you know, when you're like, oh,
When we
yes,
tell you
it's,
that, when we tell you that we wouldn't trade $1 billion for what we got, we're not lying.
Mm-mm.
It's invaluable. Your light.
And it's high.
It's the most valuable asset you can have.
And people will think, and people think you're on drugs and me all the time.
Yeah, oh my God, yes. They tell me all the time.
And we
They're
are.
like,
We're
what
high
are you
on light.
What are you high on?
Light.
And I tell them high on light, and some won't believe me. Some
Yeah.
will be like, yeah, right.
It's the light.
And you know, we're not here really to try to convince anybody.
It's there.
We already know it.
And it's you know, you think huffing gas is good, which it's not. It's bad for you. Huffing light is good. Puffing air is good. It's the air and the light and the chi all around us. It's what makes all these plants and everything alive, is the essence and the energy that we're talking about. And as you allow more of that vibration through, as you do bodies of light, as you breathe, as you allow the essence of the universe, you get high and higher and higher and higher.
And higher.
And even higher than that. And even higher than you could have ever imagined. And then it gets higher. Am I right?
Yes.
Totally.
And then even higher.
And
then
healthier.
healthier, you pop out of body. As you raise your vibration, you attract things that are good for you. You repel things that are bad for you. You get happier and happier. You get so beyond bliss and nirvana. It's so high. I can't tell you how high is at, but I'll tell you this. The matrix barely touches the tip.
Yes.
And I'll be in bed, and I'll give you an example of something. It'll be raining and lightning outside, and I'll be high on light, and I'll be doing bodies of light, and I'll be like, and all of a sudden you'll feel the essence of all the charge of the water droplets all around the top of the house, and it's almost as if you can feel all the charged up rainwater that was charged up by the lightning, like zzz, like touching you. But it's not touching your physical body. It's touching your essence as a being of light that got so big that literally all the rain is falling around you, and you're like, ah! And I can't tell you, a drug will not get you that high. It just won't. And when you go out of body, right? When you go out of body and feel the happiness, right? I mean, and the visions. Tell them about future visions. Tell them how the light plugs you into seeing possible futures. And you think you've been tripping on mushrooms? Wait till you start tripping on light, yo, right? Tell them about the future visions. This is the essence of the universe all around us, right? Tell them.
That's so true. Like it's I'm having this
Tell
visions
them all the future
time.
visions. And some of them are a little horrific. I know, it's all about happiness, but, there are possible futures of the planet not existing. And, that can be an interesting future vision, but we kind of see different visions, and it's fun. I mean, tell them about it.
Well, just yesterday we had a one future breathwork class, which I did with so many other people, and everybody had their own visions, and everybody's seen different kind of futures. And my future that I've seen was I've seen a crowd of people, but the only thing, this crowd of people were like dead skeletons, and there was this person over the balcony overlooking these people, these skeletons, and this person was dead. And my higher self told me this is exactly what's going to happen if we will not bring this knowledge to the mass people. If you don't do anything, if you just stand like this with your back turned back, nothing's going to happen. So after that, like 2 nights in a row, I had like visions of this ancient book.
Say it, tell them.
And
we're here to give it to you. We're not holding nothing back. Come and visit us and hang out with us. We'll tell you the wildest information, not from this, past lives, other planets. You have not lived until you hang out with us, right? I mean, tell them about the book. Tell them some about the book.
This book
cool.
is really ancient. It has to do with really a lot of enlightenment symbols that it has on top, and I've seen it as really cool looking. The first vision, it was like a glimpse of this vision. It was like this, like leather covered in like green and blue jewels on top of it, and it was like pieces and puzzles of knowledge that it was a different world. This is something I remember from the past that I did, and this knowledge was like written in those special scripts that were separated from each other, and the scripts were piled up one on top of another one, were made like a stack of knowledge instead of the book. So the way those creatures did in the past, they were giving away those pieces of enlightened knowledge to the rest of the people to walk away with it, and right now we're bringing this knowledge back together, and having the whole stack giving up to each of you.
Yeah, we're basically gleaning a lot of this knowledge from this and past lives, other planets, before Earth technology, and our goal is to bring it.
You want it, you take it.
So that's our goal. Our goal is to bring it, and not just to bring it from an egoic perspective of, oh, we're bringing it. No, our goal is to plug you into you. Our goal is to plug you into your past lives, plug you into your infinite information, plug you into your creative vibration.
So you too can bring something that you're supposed to, that you're meant to bring. There's pieces of knowledge that we all have that we have to bring it in here.
And we're all meant to bring it. This is something the planet's ready. I mean, this is coming through. We're ready to bring it. We're ready for you to bring it.
Yes.
And we need help. We need we need some investors and people to put money towards the Bodies of Light TV show and the theatrical release, and we're doing our part. You got to do your part.
The light connects us. The light connects us, and we're welcoming you to connect with us and help us bring this world out of the low levels of
the dark ages,
and
literally
these low levels of dark ages into an up and together lift.
People,
uplift
if this actually gets out there to the degree and they're going to consider all this other stuff the dark ages, because you're going to go, and that what's about to happen is going to be the new enlightenment.
I mean, we are telling you, and what we're telling you here, it's not even the tip of the iceberg of what you're going to experience.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't really tell you how amazing it is, because you yourself, your inner self, is so limitless and is so infinite that what you experience is going to be so unique and amazing and beautiful and out of this world that you won't be able to explain that to anyone else.
And you're going to make the world a brighter place. So we want you to do Bodies of Light. We want you to release your dark core, and you can do it within around a year, 12, 13 months, and we all want to help you. Yes. We're all Bodies of Light trainers here. Everyone here has released their dark core, and they can train you.
We can train you. We can train your friends in
all
Spanish,
over the world.
In English, in Ukrainian, in
Russian,
in Portuguese, in German. Just come to us. We're
you don't even have. You can just get in touch with us, and we'll work with you long distance and put you on a program. And right now, for a limited time, I'll let everyone know we have. If you do 10 subscribers of past life releases, that you'll get right now, just limited, you'll get 3 free. And I think all of us will do that for you.
Yes.
And so it's just right now, so if you're in Russia, if you're in Ukraine, this is the guy to get in touch with. He'll do everything in Russian, Ukraine, Spanish.
With me.
Of course, Cynthia works all around the world, as do I, and all of us do. And so the thing is that get in touch with us. We can do this on Skype, FaceTime, and help you on your path into light, as well as coming here. But we work with a lot of people all around the world, and we're here to help you walk the path into the light easily. And that it's time to do it now. Don't wait around. It's time for you to get high as a kite now. It's time for you to open up your enlightened abilities now. It's time for you to learn how to test. It's time for you to be happily ever now. It's time now. And
Yes.
and
share,
yeah.
What you can do to help to connect is share this video with your friends as well, and show them.
And have a light party. Get
have a
everyone
light party.
together. And we have people doing light parties around the country, around the world. And have a light party, invite 20 of your friends. Hopefully you know how to test the wine, and you can get the good wine for everyone. Invite them over, learn these lessons that we have on these videos. We're here to bring it to the world. We're bringing it. We're doing our part. You got to do your part, right? I mean, here's our future vision master. Okay, what were you going to say?
We're doing our part, and we're asking, we want you to do your part.
Yeah.
And your part is your earnest self.
Earnestly.
From within yourself. Like, just earnestly tell yourself. We're not forcing you to do nothing. No. Nobody's forcing you. Just earnestly allow yourself
to walk this path.
To walk this path, to flow through you, and to, connect. Together we will do this.
Yeah, and it's definitely we're walking the path every day.
And we're doing it.
And it feels so good. We just want you to feel like we do. I mean, it's that good.
That's how selfish we are. We want you to be happy.
Yes.
Yeah, and we know that your happiness is going to change the world. Your happiness is going to make things better. It's going to make the television and the TV and the music and the food and everything better, because as your vibration rises, we all rise. And
I
what did you
just
say?
want to say, because there's a popular misconception I want to clear up right now, where there are people that say a healthy body is a happy body. And I just want to turn that completely upside down and say that a happy body is a healthy body.
And a happy being of light is a healthy body.
Exactly.
Because you're not the body.
Right.
Yeah, there is an order, and this order is to connect to the light, first of all. You have to connect to allow this energy to heal you.
It's more important than anything.
Your connection.
Your first, most important thing to do on a daily, before eating, before anything, is your connection to your higher power.
Yes.
But the power is you. You're connecting to more, you're opening up your flow of more of you flowing through you into everything you be, do, and have. And that's this technique is more important than anything you could do on a daily basis. And then it all goes out from there, taking care of your body, your family, your friends, and everyone else. And all that energy flows through everything that you are. And I want to come over here to some more future fun. Okay, so tell us some more future fun over here. Mr. One Future, and he has some great classes you can get to. And all you guys in business over in Russia and Ukraine who don't know what the heck's happening, get in touch with this guy, because he'll tell you the business markets, who you're working with, what's going to happen when, is the business going to be good? Is it going to go bankrupt? What partners are going to be helpful for you? Which ones are going to destroy you totally? You Russian oligarchs may want to get in touch with this guy. He can save you a lot of money, and probably save your life too over there. But here we go.
Totally starts with a life. But I'm totally happy that we kind of passed those times when you had to kind of be crisping up on the big fire with a crowd of people around you. It was not really pleasurable. So I'm happy that we're kind of stepping into a new age. And then, there was we're still glimpsing up to quite a few probabilities for the future that we have right now, and some of the futures are not as pleasurable as I've seen only 2 days ago during my One Future breathwork class. What was total destruction, meaning that people were not plugging into the light, people were staying unconscious, being in the dark.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The darkness is destruction, the light is creation. The more that we allow light into our lives, the more we're going to have a creative reality, the more we're going to have a better world. And I want everyone to go see Tomorrowland, because not everyone's seen it yet, but Tomorrowland, it shows the light and the dark. And they were talking about it as wolves, and that you have the light and the dark, creation and destruction, and you're going to get the one you feed. So you feed the darkness, you're going to get more darkness. You're going to get destruction. You feed the light, you're going to get creation. And so we're here to feed the light. We're here to feed your light and ignite your light, so that your light ignites other lights, and so that those lights ignite further other lights. And we have a conflagration of higher consciousness and happiness and fun and bliss. Is there?
There was a few things that as you plug it into the light, like something that I see is when I plug it into the light, when I have my visions, is there's quite a few different things that are coming in through, and right now I'm having quite a few visions according to, I would say, new supplements that actually consist of different ingredients that we still have on planet Earth that actually can help you to live longer, to feel better all the time. The cell rejuvenation makes it's kind of like, it's like a growth hormone, which is like a totally new advanced level that helps you to exceed your life age by, I would say, 30 to 40%, possibly, if you're really taking care of your body right now. There's a lot of knowledge.
We need investors on that. We definitely need investors on that.
Work on that. But
The biophysics and a lot of the stuff. This is very important, right?
even though if I will bring that through, I'm working on it, and many of us will bring our parts that we actually looking at back, and these are the knowledges from the past, something we did before, and we totally did these knowledges before. We had all these resources to make it, and we would live longer. We had better technologies all around us. We were more enlightened.
Those were on other planets
We're
too.
totally
I think
on
there was a
another
little bit on this one, but not much.
But we have a glimpse right now for our planet.
Well,
as
yeah, there's a possibility. I know you were on that one before technology where they live thousands of years, and you're in the pyramid and that sort of thing. But this technology, we have a certain level of it that can't happen here, right, on this planet.
It can happen, but,
Yeah, but-
the other thing, it can happen with the help. I mean, honestly, if I bring this formula that is going to be consistent of all the ingredients we can find on planet Earth, it's not just the United States. It's all across. It's the big part of it's in Europe. The big part of it's in China. If we all bring all these ingredients together to the specific formula, it will make it work. We're going to have a specific laboratory working on these things. We
Right.
bring this formula, and we can have it for you, for all of us, for your loved ones, and to bring it for the rest. I mean,
We also saw a sustaining. There was a lot of sustaining
Sustaining
thing.
energy.
The drinks. Imagine all the sodas that are killing people, and imagine homeopathic drinks that we could bring through. The homeopathic drinks that people would actually drink to rejuvenate them. Some of the people that created those sodas were actually doctors, and they were trying to help people's health. And we see visions of a future wherein these homeopathic healing drinks could actually make people better, could make them more productive, happier, healthier. And these are things that can change a nation, can change a world, and that we would love Coca-Cola or their competitor to get in touch with us on that. But what are you seeing? What are you seeing over there?
I'm looking forward to my happy potato chips.
Oh yeah.
My
You
happy,
saw-
healthy potato chips.
Yeah.
Which I did see as vision of.
Right.
And that's going to be an amazing thing. So what
Right.
if what we called snack food was healthy?
Yeah.
What a great
That could
concept
happen.
that is.
And that's all about vibration, and we get more people testing. We get more people doing all that. Can
Right.
you imagine the world we can live in?
Right. And that's what makes Dr. Lee's Bodies of Light system so amazing, is the little part of testing. And you can go to the other videos. We encourage you
Yes.
to learn how to do that. Now, the beautiful thing about testing is that the more you say Bodies of Light, the higher you raise your vibration, the higher you can test to. So you can actually only test to as high as you are, which is why...
And so those doctors and holistic doctors
Right.
out there, if you have low energy, you're only texting a yes, no. But
Right.
if you did Bodies of Light and got yourself up to 1,000,000 billion, you could find those 1,000,000 billion supplements for yourself as well as all your clients. And that's what we teach a lot of doctors, a lot of healers and trainers all across the country to do once they start doing Bodies of Light, which changes everything.
It does,
Right?
and that was another thing that I loved about your system. I'm a psychic, kind of globally well known, and so I'm able to give my business clients a yes and a no on their personal life or business or financial situation. And then when I met Dr. Lee and started doing the system, what it brought to me was discernment. So instead of now just giving my client a yes, that's a good investment, I can give you a yes to what number that is a good investment. So is it going to bring you lots of money or a little money is a great addition to any system.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're bringing it, and we're living it.
Yes.
Right? We're all living it.
We're living it.
And the people doing Bodies of Light will tell you that they would never go back to living the other way. That once you start learning how to feel the energy of everything, the foods, the people, the places, the choices, the decisions, and feeling happy all the time and amazing, you would never go back to low vibrational living once you get a taste of high vibrational living. And those of you at home or anywhere around the world, get in touch with us. All of us our Bodies of Light trainers, can show you high vibrational living, can change your, including Russell you saw over there earlier, can put you on this path. And we're planning, and then those of you who are trainers or doctors or healers or chiropractors or massage therapists or acupuncturists or Reiki healers or pranic healers or singers or actors or anybody, you can learn this and you can help and become Bodies of Light trainers and help thousands of other people walk the path into the light and wash away their dark core and learn how to test everything too. We're here to help you. We're here to help you for yourself and help others and to raise the vibration of Earth.
Yes, we are here to encourage you to walk the path into the light because you deserve it, because it's the greatest gift you can ever give yourself.
Indeed.
Yes. And what were you saying?
I was just going to say, and my name is Cynthia Siegel, and
I am Yankio Montpelier, and I am a high vibrational artist. And if you want to learn more about that, you can visit yankiomontpelier.com. We'll leave a link down below, and you can check out my art and the projects that we have coming up together with the League of Lightworkers International and Bodies of Light.
And come on, you getting this? Okay.
And Vitaly Okri, one future, one breath, become one with the universe and heal yourself, attract your best life. You are the one. Become as a symbol of the light, of healing light, that you can help the others and become yourself. This is a symbol for your own enlightenment. Become this little candle. It starts with a little, starts with a spark, and it becomes to this biggest, brightest sun that heals yourself, and it really heals everyone else around you, and you become a greatest example for the rest to follow. So,
and what's great is the light brings us all together. See, when people are on a dark path, they feel alone, they feel neglected, they feel out of touch. Things that are not good for you, things that are paths out there that would destroy you, try to take you away from everyone else, try to disconnect you and put walls around you and not allow you to plug in to your inherent nature. See, the light makes you at one with the universe.
Right.
The light makes you happy. The light makes you telepathic.
And that's another thing that
Right?
I loved about the Bodies of Light system, is that you encourage, we all do, we encourage you to keep doing what you're doing,
Yes.
meditation or whatever
Everything that's positive.
and add Bodies of Light. So we're not saying you can only do Bodies of Light. We're saying whatever you're doing is fabulous, and we're proud of you now, and add Bodies of Light to it.
Right, and so the whole thing is it's inclusive. You understand that if we're all one, we're not forcing you to just do one thing. It's everything. We're all the beautiful myriad of everything around us is beautiful.
Yes.
And Bodies of Light's a supercharger into your energy. And so do Bodies of Light and anything else that's positive and light filled. And it supercharges it. Money mantras, meditations, out of body, astral projection, it's all good. Just do Bodies of Light because it's going to increase your vibration. We show you how it works. And it's a very fuzzy logic thing. We aren't tying this thing down, like a lot of people do with patents and with copyrights to not let people use things. Just as long as you let people know bodiesoflight.net, we want you to, teach it. We want you to teach all your friends and your family and have the videos, just take it and run with it, because we're not here to hold things back. The light is a conflagration. We want this information and this data to just be a firestorm of higher consciousness on this planet.
Yes.
We're not, and as the League of Lightworkers International, which we're all part of, we're all part of many traditions, and and we believe that Bodies of Light is just an ignition for you to plug into the light the way you would want to in any other way as well. So just do Bodies of Light every day, and not see that your life is brighter and better. We challenge you to do the 30-day challenge, to go to bodiesoflight.net, sign up, get the Universal Edition for free so you can do the 30-day challenge for free, and not see that everything in your life changes, that you're not happier, healthier, wealthier. You understand that this creative vibration attracts your best life and repels your worst life. And it's wild how strong it does. And the more light you bring in, the more creative your life is, and the less destructive and the more happy you are. And very simply, this is going to change everything.
Yes.
it just, but we need your help to get it out there. I mean, is there any other stuff you're picking up? Or?
You're the one. And this interesting thing, like, as we said, like higher energy attracts more attention from the ones who are on the same path. I remember the first times I was doing Bodies of Light, I was coming to work and people were kind of like, I was always happy and smiling. I was saying it's all good, and a lot of people laugh at me when I say it's all good. And people just go like, I don't know, like whatever you smoke, I kind of wanted that. And it's like, and a lot of times coming to work and people just like look at you like, what's going on with you? Did you just have a sex or something? Like you're like, and it's like weird. And you'll find like a lot of people just being attracted to you. They're being plugged into you. They feel like just want to know. So pay attention to those people who come to you after you do a lot of Bodies of Light, and your energy is so high because the energy will attract like energy. So if your energy is real low, don't be surprised when the people show up in your life. If your energy is high.
Yeah, and when the energy is low, you wonder why so many horrible things happen. And so Bodies of Light pushes that away. You'll literally be in a restaurant and we'll be laughing and everything, and you'll see people who are lower vibration or a negative number, and they get uncomfortable and they'll move to the other side of the restaurant. You gotta understand how powerful that is. Because your vibration is high, it pushes people that would hurt you or lower your vibration to the other side of the restaurant. They literally, I can't sit here, because they're uncomfortable, because that lower vibration, light and dark energy, cannot occupy the same space. Right. So you gotta understand how powerful this is. You gotta understand what path the light is, and how joyous and how happy this is. And if you've even got just an inkling of how powerful this is, just take the challenge. Do it for 30 days, at least 3 times a day, and not see that everything changes. And when I say everything.
Everything.
You're just about everything. I mean, and what we're saying right now is we're so not selling it very far, because I'm telling you, what we're telling you is like this much. It's like, so we're not telling you but the littlest of the littlest of the little of what's going to happen.
This is the basic knowledge. This is the basic knowledge that you must understand in order to activate your light self. This is the basic, the most basic.
And it's simple, and you just keep doing it.
It's simple. And doing Bodies of Light, raising your energy higher and higher and higher and higher will unblock your abilities and capabilities as a light being that you didn't even know that you had before.
Get ready.
And you're just going to feel amazing. Get ready.
Yeah.
You know that question that's nagging at you, what am I here for? What am I here to do? What is my special gift? Well, do Bodies of Light and watch who you are. You will be amazed.
Yeah, I mean, I know we keep harping on it. Why are we harping on it? Because we know how good it is.
Yes.
You see, we're all harping on it because we encourage people, and we get such joy and bliss and such karma credit that when you help people, the right people, and then they brighten up, it feels so good. We get so high on helping others. So that's what happens once you release your dark core, is you actually get higher by helping others.
With the knowledge that we're sharing with Bodies of Light, with anything that we're able to help, whatever you experience from that, if you get more money, if you get happier, if you get a better job, whatever it is that you get, that's the life that's where we're gonna get. You're gonna get the life that you want others to have.
Oh, that's a big one. That don't glean over that one. You understand? This is a basic premise. Okay? Anyone that's ever jealous of anyone else, you are gonna get the life that you want others to have. I want to have everyone to be super wealthy, healthy, and happy all the time.
People are doing good, just be happy for them.
You want to be happy for them.
Like, wow,
See,
I'm
the
so
dark,
happy
the dark core and the ego gets jealous and doesn't want other people to do well. But you know who actually does bad when it happens? You
do.
You know, the person who's jealous of everyone else and trying to tear everyone else down, they wonder why their life is so horrible. Right. That's a path into the darkness. Right. The path into the light is loving everything, right?
Yes.
The path into the light is loving everything.
Loving
I'm going to have everyone say it again. The path into the light is loving everything. Say it. The path into the light is loving everything.
The light is loving everything.
Everything.
Right?
About everything, about everything.
Everything about everything.
About everything.
And I want you to say the part you say about all that I am. He says a really good one. I love all that I am, all that you are. Say it.
When I look around me, I love all that I see. Because I am all that I see, and I love all that I am. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I love all that I see, for I am all that I see, and I love all that I am.
See, we're all one.
We're all connected. This is a vehicle. You see, you're not this body. You're a light being that is having this experience
Yes.
that is being human in a body.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, this part he told you right now, when you start loving everything, when you literally do a lot of Bodies of Light, and you start looking around and starting loving things, and like, I love that, I love this, I love, and you start loving everything.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, this is one of the things that happens when you get high. You start love, and you're like, oh, wow. You'd like literally go into a love orgasm or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's so good.
And it's easy to
so
love.
high. This is part of the light. Light and ability.
I also want to
feels
say
good.
that it's easy for people to love you, to come to you and express this love for you when you're full of love and when you love everything.
Yeah, and you also have to love yourself. And
Yes.
so part of Bodies of Light is I love me, I love me, I love me, I love me. And you may have to say that for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes a day to cultivate that self-love, because you can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
So you say, I love me, I love me, I love me, and then you're going to start having more love to give.
Yes.
I love you, but I love me, I love me. You
I
may
love
be
me,
doing
I
10,
love me, I
15,
love
30
me,
minutes a day of I love me.
I love all that I am.
And so you understand this is
I
all
am-
part of opening up flows of energy,
Yes.
you know, and part of happiness, which is really anything that stops the flow of you stops your happiness. And so everything is about opening up the flow.
Happy-ness, a state of being. And what
A
state,
state of being happy.
will you choose?
Right.
We're
so choose to be
suggesting
happy.
happy.
Right. Choose to be happy. Raise your vibration. Do Bodies of Light. Have fun. Join us. Work with us. We're
Yes.
get in touch with us, you investors over there, and people that are ready to change the world and raise the vibration of Earth with us. Get in touch with us for the Bodies of Light TV show, the Bodies of Light theatrical release, the We Are One World events around the world. We're looking for your help, and we're willing to help you release your dark core when you help us too. So you can be an
Yes.
investor. We'll help you release your dark core, your whole family, and you can see how high you can be. You think you're happy? You think you're happy. Wait till you release your dark core. You've never been this happy. You've never felt such nirvana as what you will feel. And it's this lifetime. That's what's so cool about it. We're not selling you something after you're dead. A lot of spiritual tradition says, oh, well, do this so you'll have it after you're dead.
You're gonna go to heaven
you'll
after
have it
you're dead.
now. You'll be 20-something years old and high as a kite. You may be 40 or 50. 13 months from now, high as a kite. You'll be like, oh, I never knew it could feel this good. That's what you're in store for, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We just feel good. That's all we want.
Happily ever now.
It just feels good to feel good. It just feels good to feel happy.
So it's,
I think we're
I think we're testing. I think we just hit 100%.
Yes.
about 100%.
We kept going. We're like, are we 100% yet? So we test everything, right? We're all testing.
We can feel the energy of what percentage of recording
of
this,
filming we're at.
filming.
We're all here testing. We're all testing the same quantum field. We're all testing the same matrix of energy. And we're just encouraging you to plug into you and to allow that flow to put you on a river into the light and to be on your best life and to be happy all 24/7. And like I'm saying, for those of you that aren't happy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're going the wrong way. The right path is happy all the time. Okay? Get ready.
Have fun.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We
Thank
love
you.
you. Be happy ever
Love
now. Mwah. Hugs and kisses.